Hello everyone, this is Robyn with mypinkstamper.com and I'm super excited for my video tutorial for you all. I'm going to be sharing with you, I'm going to call it the vellum overlay technique, and I'm going to be doing some embossing using our heat tool. And I'm also showcasing the stamp set Happy Ornament. This one might have been overlooked in our holiday catalog, so I'm just going to share it with you guys. So if you have the holiday catalog, it's on page 14, and it only comes in one form. It comes on wood. So this one you cannot get unmounted or in the photopolymer. It comes on wood, and it's nice and sturdy, and I'm going to show you how to use our Stamp-a-ma-jig, which I don't think I've ever demonstrated in a video before. So that's going to be something new for you all. The Happy Ornament comes in this nice big box. So it's a little bit bigger. It's about the size of 2 of the unmounted that I usually demonstrate. I'm using a basic black ink pad, and because I'm stamping on vellum and it stays wet longer, I decided I wanted to go ahead and emboss it with the clear embossing ink. And then I'm using some washi right here, and let's look this washi's name up. I will have it on the screen, but I always like to look it up too. I'm using the Warmth. Wait, no, am I using Warmth and Cheer? I'm not using Warmth and Cheer. Please tell me it's not discontinued, because I'm gonna freak out if it is. Anyway, you could actually, now I'm all worried. I think it's the Holly one actually. Let me find it. Now we're gonna find it together. This is how my videos work. The process, we're gonna do this together. I'm gonna find that washi. Oh, here it is. Yay, it's not discontinued. I take all my discontinued items out so it doesn't confuse me. This is the Presents and Pinecones Designer Washi, Designer Series Washi. So you could actually do this, the technique that I'm showing you and the project. You could use any washi color combination, and you could use any big stamp as well if you don't want to make one a Christmas one. This one says happy everything, wishing you happy everything this season. So you could really, I mean, it is a Christmas ornament. It's meant to be used for Christmas, but you could do what you'd like with it, or you could just change it up. But I'm really showing you the technique and then the overlay using our Vellum Cardstock. So let me show you really quick what we're using. So we're using our heat tool right here and the Happy Ornament stamp set. And you can pause my videos anytime if you need to, or rewind it. Does anyone know what that means? You can go back on it a little bit, or you can pause it if you need to write anything down or take any notes. And this is actually, so this is really cool. I already have stamped it, so I'm not going to do it again for you. But this is our Stamp-a-ma-jig, and I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. If you've looked in the catalog and you're like, what is that? What would I ever use it for? I'm going to show you how it's nice to have it, especially when you're lining things up or you need to do something really cool and really fun. But I've already stamped it, and then you can just wipe it off with a baby wipe or a washcloth that's on here. So I believe it's still going to be, it won't be permanent on here, so you can wash it off nicely. Okay, put this aside, and I told you I'm using this washi tape, the Presents and Pinecones, I think that's the name of it. And then we are using basic black archival. I'm also using some glue dots. We will need that for the vellum. And I'm going to be using the Stampin' Buddy, just so there's no static on my vellum. And then the clear embossing powder. I'm going to close that for now, for just a second. And these are the colors that we're using. So I'm just using Whisper White, Vellum Cardstock, Cherry Cobbler, and basic black cardstock. And then I am using some of our enamel shapes. Is that the name of them? Enamel shapes. I'm using, these are the Regals, the Regal family. So they coordinate, or they match and coordinate with the Cherry Cobbler. So if you're switching that color out with different washi, we have these in all of the color families. And that's it. So let's go ahead and we're going to get started. So we're going to start with the Stamp-a-ma-jig, and then I have an envelope because I'm going to show you how to use the washi tape to make it so it coordinates. It's really kind of fun, actually. I hope I don't forget. I'm going to set that aside. Okay, so I have my vellum paper here, and it's kind of wiggly, so I wanted to place exactly, since this is such a big So okay, you guys know I don't really care for the wood mounted stamps, and some of you guys have been using the wood mounted stamps. I would encourage you to try to use the unmounted that we carry, because you have a block that you can see through and you can see where you're stamping, and it's fabulous. Even if the stamp's not clear, it's just so much nicer, I feel. I know some of you guys might disagree, so it's okay. If you love wood and you like the feel of it, that's great. I'm over it. I'm over the wood. So I decided I couldn't see exactly, and the paper's not super huge, so I stamped on my, so let me show you how I do the Stamp-a-ma-jig. So pretend this doesn't have this on here yet, and that it's all clean. So I inked up my stamp, and I've lined this up here, and then you just put your stamp next to that stamp directly down. Okay, the next step we're going to do is we're going to take our vellum after I've stamped on this. So I have my vellum here, and my vellum's a little bit slippery. So what I'm going to do is just take a little piece of washi tape and just kind of hold my paper on my craft desk. And okay, so now I'm going to take and position my plastic piece right here for my Stamp-a-ma-jig where I want it placed on my vellum. So I have it where I want it, and I just take my Stamp-a-ma-jig, and it just fits in this plastic right here. So right here. And then all I do is I remove the plastic, and I'm going to ink up my stamp with my basic black ink pad. And then I just hold down this, and I line this up here, press it down and stamp it, and you can actually move that if you want. And it's on my vellum. Now, the vellum takes longer to dry, so you can actually wait if you'd like, or maybe use the heat tool to help the process, but I thought it'd be fun to emboss it. And so I'm going to carefully take my washi tape. Washi will sometimes rip your paper, like regular paper. I've put it on things and it's pulled the paper, so I'm very careful about that. This is just a background sheet, and here I have my clear. It takes a little bit longer to dry on the vellum, so it's okay that I'm not rushing this process. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, you can use a plastic spoon if you want and kind of keep it all together. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. I forgot to use my embossing buddy, but I should be okay. I don't see anything stuck anywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to set that aside. And I like to put my embossing powder away quickly so I don't accidentally spill it or other fun stuff that happens. Okay, so let's take our heat tool, and I'm just going to put it on the second setting and just emboss, and I will zoom in for you guys. And you'll be able to see it changing consistency in just a minute. It'll actually go black and shiny. And if you want to move it around like this, you can, but honestly, it doesn't make it melt any faster if you do that, in my experience. Okay, that's it. I'm done with the embossing. You're gonna let it cool just for a second. So if you see here, oops, I hope you guys could see all of that. So I have it embossed, and so you can just let it just cool down for a second, then you can touch it. If you touch it too soon, it might smudge it because it's still melty, but it feels good now. So we're going to take this piece of Whisper White cardstock, and it is cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and I'm going to put it this way. Now I'm using these 3 rolls from this pack of washi, and I'm going to start in the middle. And I love washi because you can just be, it can be crooked and the edges don't have to be straight. So I'm going to do that and just kind of rip it off, and then I'm going to take the striped one and just put it right below it, like this. And then I'm going to do the holly one on top of it. You guys see that okay? Let me get a good spot. There you go. And then I'll do this holly one on top, if I can get it off. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Let me fix that. I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, here we go. stuck on my fingers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this one right here on top of that. And then I'm going to go back and take my striped ribbon. Actually, which one? Yes, the striped ribbon. And I'm going to do this one at the top. And then I'm going to put this, well, actually, I'm going to use the holly one again. I'm going to rip it right here where I overlapped it on accident. And I'm going to put the holly down here. So I just kind of have just a simple pattern of my washi. It's just to give it some color behind it. Okay, so now I'm going to take this piece here, and I have a mat of the Cherry Cobbler cardstock, and it's cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'll go ahead and just add this on here. And that makes it pop right here. And then we're going to take our vellum top, and we're going to use some just glue dots. And I'm just using the top two. I want to make sure the top 2 corners. So I've got one on the back of that, and I'm going to put the second one right here. And then we're going to add these on here. Now you can see the glue dots right here, but look what happens when I add that on there. Isn't that so fun? It gives it some color behind the ornament. And you can still see the glue dot, so I thought we would cover it with these here. And I'm going to use the stars. And I like to use my bone folder. Just make sure you put it right over the top of the glue dot, like that. And on the other side, on top of it right here. And so there is our card front. And we're going to add that onto a basic black cardstock piece that's cut at 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. So it's a regular sheet of cardstock, just cut in half. I'm going to fold it, use my bone folder. I'm going to add this on with my snail adhesive, like this. And now it is a black. Doesn't that look nice? Just makes it pop. Isn't it really pretty? I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to take this piece here. This is for the inside because I have a black piece of cardstock, and I want to be able to just write a note with white cardstock in there. So I'm going to take this, and it's going to coordinate. So I'm going to take some of this Cherry Cobbler washi that comes in that pack that we used actually on the top of the card, and I'm going to put it at the very bottom of this, and I'm going to pull it up and then just fold it over. And then we're going to take some more snail adhesive, and I'm going to add this on the inside of my card right here. Isn't that just fun? And I'm not done yet. I'm going to take one of our Whisper White envelopes. This is the medium A2 size, which is standard. And I'm going to take, which one? I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to flip it over so it's not on the front. I have it right here on the, so you could actually stamp something right here that coordinates as well. I'm going to take some washi, and I'm going to put it on the bottom right here. Just go do the same thing right here, but I'm going to take some scissors. If you have a piece of scissors you don't want to have any adhesive on, that'd be great. I'm going to turn it upside down. I want to make sure that I don't accidentally cut my envelope. That would be bad. That would not be good. So I have that cut, whoops, right here. Okay, and all over my finger. So that coordinates with my card, and now show you what that looks like together. So your friends and family will get this in the mail, they'll pull it out, they'll open it up, and it will coordinate with your cute little note on there. And here's the other one I made in preparation for this video. So I already have 2 done. You guys so impressed? So I hope you enjoyed my quick and simple video today, and you will visit me on mypinkstamper.com, and have a wonderful day. Bye.